have a new leader here in Salem, Indiana. Michael Self with that Venturini Motorsports number 25 to the lead. Carson Hocevar drops back to second in the number 28.
Michael Self worked on one thing. As they said, what do we need to work on? How about the turn off or turn number 2? Here we go down the backstretch. This is a replay of the race for the lead down the back straightaway. Self went to the bottom. He said that's what they worked on, getting the car to turn down there to get that position set for a pass into turn 3. Beautiful move. Can we see Harrison Burton move forward? He's up to 9th now in that white number 15.
I can't emphasize the weather enough. When we arrived this morning, it just poured here. And you see Joe Graff Jr. actually stacking up the field a little bit. That Eat Sleep race machine for the number 7, a battle for 6 on the racetrack. Mayer to the bottom side. Mayer with that GMS team, close-quartered racing right there.
Mayer was the fastest car throughout practice yesterday, so cars mocked up late. He ended up 4th, but he had a fast car every time he hit the track with Marty Lindley at the crew chief duties, making the turns on that car. He went right there with Zane Smith a year ago to Marty Lindley. Zane Smith, Marty Lindley went to 2nd in points under green flag.
Harrison Burton has brought the number 15 to the 9th spot. So Burton moving through the field. Got the call late last night around the 11 o'clock hour. Hopped on a flight with his dad. They are here at Salem Speedway. While Harrison Burton is in that race car, Christian Eckes, the point leader, is in the hospital with flu-like conditions. Let's go to Derek once more.
Well, you guys were just talking about Harrison Burton, and I actually had a chance to catch up with him before he walked into the racetrack, and I asked him, how did all this come about? He said, I got a phone call at about 11 o'clock last night to be here, so my father and I flew in this morning to replace Christian, and I said, are you going into this green not knowing any of the car at all? He says, actually, no, I feel pretty comfortable. I've raced with these guys before. I know the crew chief, and I actually know this car very well. So I feel good going into this race today. Plus, we got to hand it to Harrison Burton. He knows these guys because they won a little race called Daytona at the beginning of the season.
Chad Wright racing in that second-year driver.
And we got trouble on the racetrack, actually. Michael Self just avoiding a mishap in turn number 2. Ty Gibbs spins to bring out the caution here at Salem.
Hood flaps up and dispatched on the front end. You can see right in front of the windshield those 2 white squares. They're actually made to deter the wind from getting over the car cleanly and disturbing that air. Those were deployed, so that was a quick spin by that 16-year-old driver.
Saw it from the corner of my eye. Looks like he went for a lazy spin up there in the corner. Let's see what happened. Here is Michael Self just avoiding the 18 who had spun in turn number 2.
And Ty had raced well up in the top 5, but he was starting to fade back as these tires wore on and the pace went on. Good thing he didn't have any further damage from that spin. The wall up in turn number 2 knows how to bite cars in a big way if the car gets a bit out of shape here on these high banks.
If there was ever a perfectly timed caution, this is one, because we know there is some weather, some rain in the area. Everybody looking to the skies to wonder if there's going to be rain falling at Salem Speedway. And we mention that because we're only 10 laps from the halfway point in this race at lap 101, and there are the skies. They are dark off of turn number 4. If that gets here and we complete the 101st lap and the rain persists, it could be an official race. But he comes down pit road. Okay, if people come down pit road, and basically it's going to be a monkey see, monkey do situation to find out. And there is Michael Self coming down pit road.
No Hocevar.
Oh my. No Chandler Smith
no
either.
Corey Heim.
So Michael Self battling for a championship comes down pit road, takes a big gamble. So the strategy and everybody looking to the skies, those dark skies, wondering what's going to happen. A lot of drivers actually stay out, down
also,
to DP.
Well, in order to save some track position out there and make up as many spots as they could, Michael Self came down pit road. No adjustments on that car whatsoever. All they did was take on right side tires. It was just a 2-tire stop to get him out quick, fast, and clean.
Also coming to pit road, Sam Mayer, the number 21. GM Accessories Chevrolet for GMS Racing. Those are the only 2 lead-lap cars to pit.
I think this is really interesting because when we go green, we're definitely going to have a camera on that Sinclair number 25, because with new skins on that number 25, he is going to be coming through the field like no other while everybody else is trying to hold on. Now, Chandler Smith coming down pit road right now, I am told. Corey Heim also there. Chandler Smith does not come down pit road. It's Corey Heim and the other lap down race cars.
Joe Graff is in. Tanner Gray is in. The number 15 of Harrison Burton is in. First time by, only lead lap cars allowed to pit. This time anybody can come to pit road, and here comes the rest of the lead lap cars that elect to pit under this first caution.
Corey Heim with that top 5 finish at Pensacola a month ago. Said he's more relaxed coming into this race because he knows what to expect, and you can see how tight pit road is here at Salem Speedway. Carson Hocevar, who won the General Tire Pole Award on pit road. Harrison Burton as well with that JBL team. Now remember, Christian Eckes, oh, that was very close down there. Tanner Gray getting out right in front of Harrison Burton. There is Carson Hocevar and Ty Gibbs. But I wanted to mention that number 15 team again with Harrison Burton behind the wheel. Christian Eckes, flu-like conditions for him. He's in a nearby hospital, was not able to start this race here today. Under red flag conditions for the ARCA Menard Series 200 at Salem Speedway today. Michael Self leads at lap 101. Let's take a look at everything and catch you up with what's been going on with our Richmond Water Heaters mid-race recap here for the ARCA Menard Series at Salem Speedway, because it has been fast and furious so far here today around the high banks, right now under red flag conditions, but so much to talk about with the first half of this race.
We knew we were in for pure speed at the outset because yesterday's 90-minute practice, cars were fast. A lot of cars close in time. 0.2 of a second separated 8 drivers at the top of our General Tire pole qualifying. Crazy to see Carson Hocevar win that pole position and lead the first 25 laps or so here in this 200-lap race.
There have been 3 leaders in this race so far. This is the Richmond Water Heaters mid-race recap. You can see 4 cars are out of the race, but right now we are wondering what's going on, because even though we had a downpour just minutes ago, the rain has actually lightened up just a little bit here at Salem Speedway. We knew there was a chance of rain. When we came to the racetrack this morning, man, it was just a downpour. And the team here with the track of Salem Speedway, as well as the ARCA Menard Series officials, they got this place perfect, primed, ready for racing conditions. We went green when we were supposed to here today. We're now halfway through this one with Michael Self leading, but now ARCA Menard Series officials are looking to the radar map and the weather forecast for the rest of the day to make a call. Do we wait it out, or would this place, this race right here, be official?
We get here and it's cold and raining. We get here and it stops raining and the sun comes out and it warms up to about 70 degrees. Then we get the wind blowing. Then we get more overcast. Then we get rained on again. That's pretty much what we had all day until we came on the air at 2 o'clock to go racing.
Well, let's show you what has taken place here today as the teams are underneath the tarps and so forth with our Richmond Water Heaters mid-race recap here for the ARCA Menards 200 at Salem Speedway. Carson Hocevar, the teenager in the 28, the General Tire Pole Award winner, and he set the pace early here.
Yeah, he really had a good jump. He actually elected to start on the outside. The number 18 of Ty Gibbs in his debut tried to hang with him. Those teenagers set a blistering pace early on. Hocevar had that lead until Michael Self started reeling him in with that great run off of turn 2 lap after lap.
Tanner Gray, the straight liner in the 54, up into the wall. He was able to continue. Ty Gibbs in the 18 battling with the 25 of Michael Self. Self the winner at Pensacola and Five Flags Speedway. So strong early in this race. Here is that battle for the lead that you alluded to. Self made it look easy.
Yeah, he has a bottom of turn number 2 is where Michael Self has been the best car on the racetrack for the 2nd straight race in a row. Unfortunately, Travis Braid in that team. Wall contact, fender damage, brought him to pit road under green about lap 65 already.
Close call there as Ty Gibbs spun off the corner right in front of the leader, and then the moisture began to fall from the sky, and then the yellow flag was thrown. A couple laps were completed, and now red flag conditions here at Salem Speedway. I want to know, Michael Self sitting 5th in points, trying to win 2 in a row here. Hey, DP, is he trying to do a rain dance right now?
Well, I haven't really had a chance to ask him that question yet, but that's a really good question. Bob up top wants to know, are you doing a rain dance yet?
Yeah, I'd be happy if it ended right now. It's been a fun day so far in the 25 St. Clair Royal Toyota. Shannon, Rush, and the 25 guys, just the balance on this car is so good, man. I just can't believe how, you know, that set of General Tires right there, how long the thing lasted, and the balance never fell off. And shout out to General Tire. I mean, this is a rough place right here. You know, it takes a good quality tire to run 100 laps at a consistent pace like that, and they gave it to us. So no, man, I'm having a lot of fun out there. And if we go back racing, I think we got a good car to go to the end. If we end it now, then we'll take it.
Well, we just got notification that the race was official.
Wow, cool, man, 2 in a row. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. Hey, I want to give a shout out. Christian, if you're watching, man, it sucks not having you here. So I'm chasing points. I shouldn't be emotional. But Christian's become a great friend of mine, man, and thinking of him today, and I wish he was here. But thanks to everyone, Menards, ARCA, everyone for giving us a great car. My family, my dad, my wife Dana at home. Wish you were here. This is cool, man. Sinclair Oil Toyota back-to-back victory lanes and short tracks. How about that?
We're going to talk to you again in a few minutes in Victory Lane, but congratulations to Michael Self. Michael Self picks up the win here today.
Thanks, guys. See you there.
And Michael Self gets the kiss from Billy Jr., and in a few minutes he's going to get the kiss from Bill Sr.
And there is 10-time series champion Frank Kimmel. Congratulatory shake for him. Mama Venturini right there with the big hug. And Venturini Motorsports, their 9th win here at Salem Speedway. That is simply incredible. Nobody has been better.
5th in the last 7 races. Christopher Bell swept the season in 2016. We saw youngsters rise to the top. Christian Eckes and Chandler Smith for Venturini Motorsports winning their races here at Salem last year. And going into the season, Michael Self committed to a full schedule, but the thought was, can he back it up, because he's only run partial schedule in ARCA. He's only had a chance to run 8, 10, or 12 laps in a given season here, and he's been on the big tracks where he's been able to find the support from Sinclair to go racing. So this was a big task, and he's proving he's championship worthy. Christian Eckes, early favorite. Joe Graff, early favorite. Michael Self now is the driver with the target on his rear bumper, because he's got a nice run with 2 wins in a row this early in the season.
The gentleman behind there with the Dino hat on right there, talking to Billy Venturini and some of the officials, that's Shannon Rush. That is his crew chief. Michael wanted him to come over to Venturini Motorsports. They have worked together in the past, and they are really shining brightly early in this season with 2 wins in the first 3 races. Michael, I don't know who he's on the phone with, but my guess would be his wife, Dana.
They started 31st. That was the finish they had at Daytona to start the season with an early accident. This is a huge rebound. This kid's a contender, I'm telling you.
It's official here at Salem. The Kentuckiana Ford Dealers 200 is now complete. Mother Nature spoiling the second half of this race, but I'm sure Michael Self thinks differently. He is a winner for the second time early in this year in the first 3 races. He's actually swept the first 2 rounds of the Sioux Chief Short Track Challenge.
And a great run by the number 22, Corey Heim. We see just 5 cars finish on the lead lap here in this abbreviated run, but we can't talk enough about the Bounty Rookie Challenge driver out of Georgia. 2 top 5 finishes to make his ARCA run towards the Sioux Chief Short Track Championship. He will be a contender because Paul Andrews and Chad Bryant have him in the right place. They test before they run. He had an incident yesterday, knocked the right side off the car, knocked the jack post over. They overcame that. Corey's mindset, let's keep pounding. He's 5th in this race, and he's right up there in the hunt for points both nationally and here in the Sioux Chief Short Track Challenge.